I love being in America. I do. I love being an American, but one of the things that I think is not great, and there are a few things, every culture, every country, every nation, every people, every village and tribe has their goods and bads and quirks and whatever. But as an American, one of our greatest things in America is that we are the melting pot. We are a blend of kind of everybody, and that's great. I love that. There is a beauty in the diversity. But the other side of that coin that makes me sad is that as an American, my culture is very American culture. And when you think about that, and maybe this is just me, but generally speaking, when you think of American culture, you think of like giant food portions and gluttony and like excess and waste, and that is the American culture. Now you take other cultures that exist, and a lot of times, and maybe it's easy for me to say this because I don't know the ins and outs of each culture, so I'm only getting these bird's eye views of them, but so many cultures are so community based and so like family based. You know, they follow their generations down the bloodlines and they take care of each other through those years and through those generations. You have generations of families living together. And I don't know that I would want that right now, but I do respect that. And I think there's something really, really beautiful about that. Like when you see Fiji up here, he's from Fiji. I have to assume that his singers, and I don't know if this is actually in Fiji. Let's see. Fiji's Homecoming 2024 tour. So I'm assuming this is actually in Fiji. Plus they had Fiji water, which was a nice touch. But I have to assume that Fiji with his group, and if he starts to get this more global notoriety and then go out into a bigger stage, there's probably part of his culture, his DNA that's going to be like, hey, we're going bigger. I want to bring as many people as I can with me. Not just like bandmates and singers and stuff, but like I want people to know what the Fijian culture is like. I want them to experience the beauty of our culture. I think there's something really beautiful about that. Videos like this, yes, it's technically just a guy on people on a stage singing. They're singing his song, and then you have the Fijians in the crowd, and that's really beautiful. But there's so much more messaging that can be taken from us being able to experience this moment. I really, really love this. And I know the grass is always greener. You know, it's easy for me to say like, yeah, I wish American culture was more family oriented or, community based. And honestly, again, maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe it's me at my age or my upbringing or just my general experience. But I feel like American culture is a lot more introverted these days, a lot more self-centered, self-absorbed, self-obsessed. Like this is kind of our culture now. Now, we have really great things about our culture too, but it's hard to deny when I see things like this, where this beautiful community-based culture, where it's like you make best friends when you see somebody that's like, hey, I'm from Fiji too. You're Fijian? Huh. Now, maybe I would feel that way if I were in Fiji and I saw an American and I'm just really mixing up my brain waves here, but I don't know. Yeah, that was really the rush of thoughts that I had. So yeah, grass is always greener because I don't know if I would want that, I don't know if I want to live in a community-based society right now. I've known enough people that for me, I like to give. I like to be part of a community because I can help people. But there's also the other people sometimes that have the different mentality of community where it's take, take, take. And again, maybe that's an American way to look at it, but that's one thing I've seen. It's hard to traverse that emotionally as a part of a community when you start to identify people that are not balanced in give and take. They're just more take, and then you feel exploited. And so we're getting off on a whole tirade, but the point is, this was beautiful. It was magical. I loved this. I loved everything about this. And the fact that it sparked this whole existential conversation for me is proof that what Fiji was trying to put out into the world, I think landed. I think it landed with the people that were ready to receive it and ready to have a constant reminder of how beautiful it is to have moments like this and be able to share art with each other.